Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? Well, it's a momentous day. I woke up this morning and found out that I had 1,000 subscribers. So, to be honest with you, that's a little humbling. It always kind of blows my mind that there's that many people out there that are interested in what I might have to say about role-playing games. So, thanks everybody. It's really kind of surreal, and like I said, it's humbling. And it's always funny too, the amount of views that I have in general, and then watch time. Because every once in a while, I look at my metrics. I'm thinking, man, there's that many people out there that have nothing else better to do than to watch me blather. But anyhow, I figured I wasn't going to ever talk about this on YouTube. I talked about it in a private Facebook group called like the Video Response Community, something that Tim Harper put together. It's a little private secret group. I think it's got 100 and some odd members or whatever. But I want to talk about something now. I think enough time has elapsed that it's okay to talk about it on YouTube because that's relevant to this milestone. And so I'll give you a real brief history lesson about me because this is a channel about me, so this should be fascinating, right? If I have it right, I made my first YouTube video in January of 2011, and this was a video response to Tetsubo 57, and it was called Response to RPG Ponderings, old versus new school games, and it struck a chord or resonated with some people in the OSR community, and it went viral. And what I mean by going viral, it was a niche video in a niche hobby that was part of another niche hobby. It was a real small group of people, but I think I had like a couple hundred views in a couple days, and some people shared it. And all of a sudden, people said, "Well, you should make more videos." So I did make more videos, and I figured, what am I going to talk about? And apparently, I've found a lot of stuff to talk about since then. But at some point, and I don't know what the criteria was at that point, YouTube said, "Hey, would you like to monetize your videos?" And at that point I said, heck yeah, because I was absolutely broke, and I would have monetized anything. So I sold out, and that's why those little annoying ads started showing up on my videos. And I think in that the years that I actually was making content, I stopped making content in July 2012. I just kind of vanished from the YouTube community and from online life for a while, and I all of a sudden started making videos again in 2015, and really started making them again in earnest. It was like late 2015. Started making them again in earnest in 2016. At some point, I hit the threshold with the Google AdSense, which is tied into the YouTube monetization, where I got my first deposit of $100, because you have to have at least $100 worth of revenue. What did I do with that? I backed the Astonishing Swordsman and Sorcerers of Hyperborea Kickstarter, and I was so taken by the map, this cloth map that Jeff Talanian had when we played at a local con, that I bought one. It was like $100. It was part of the Kickstarter, so that's what I spent my Kickstarter or my YouTube revenue on, and took that long to make $100. In the next year or so, made another $100. You're not going to get rich doing this unless you have a gazillion subscribers. And what did I make? And I got another $100 or $110, whatever the heck it was, in like November of last year, 2017. What did I do with that money? I think I justified buying the entire Hollow Earth Expedition series of books all at once, which was a little bit more than that. But I said, what the heck? It became an RPG slush fund. It was something I was never going to get rich. I was never going to have. It wasn't going to be the hobby that paid for itself. Like, playing bass guitar has, to this point, it's paid for itself. I bought all my equipment with money that I've earned playing gigs, stuff like that. I don't think I'll ever have my RPG hobby pay for itself. Who knows? Maybe if I just get 1 million subscribers. But the point is, it was just a little RPG slush fund. And what happened was, one day, I think it was the 16th of January of this year, I saw that Old Man Grognard, Glenn Hellstrom, had posted something where he got an email saying his channel was no longer eligible for monetization. And so I checked my email, and sure enough, there it was as well. Your channel is no longer available or eligible for monetization. And there were two criteria that YouTube gave us. And one was that you had to have at least 4,000 hours of view time in the last year. And, it doesn't really matter, but I have about 6,000. And the other one was you had to have at least 1,000 subscribers. And at that particular point, on the 16th of January, I had 820. So as of February, I was no longer monetized. And those little annoying ads went away. And for a second, I was mad. It's like, how dare they? And apparently, they're going to, if they can be believed, they're going to send me this little thing eventually. Now they've noticed that I've gotten at least 1,000 subscribers. Maybe I'll monetize my videos again. Why? Just to get the slush fund, to buy RPG products. However, got a little mad for a second. Then I realized I had a moment of perspective, and that's the other part of what this is about. Because I'm not really mad at YouTube. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. They've hosted an awful lot of content for me for free. I have all kinds of stuff up here, and I don't have to pay a dime for that. The other thing, which is far more valuable, is through being an active participant in this YouTube community, I have met other people. I've become a member of a community. I've been introduced to other communities, whether it's Facebook groups or G+ groups or whatever, and I've actually formed some really cool relationships with some very cool people, and some to the point where we're friends outside of gaming. We actually like each other, and I've been able to hook up with people that share my preferences, my biases, or that challenge my preferences and biases. I've been able to talk to people that have challenged my thinking quite a bit, that has really expanded my horizons, have turned me onto new games, new ideas, and the people I've been able to play with. And so that's been invaluable. So the fact that, I lost a little monetization for a while isn't really that important. Do I want the slush fund back? Of course I do. So maybe they'll give it back to me. But I'm just grateful for the ability or opportunity that this YouTube has given me in order to meet everybody else and to become part of that community and to have expanded and give me a lot more opportunities in terms of gaming than I would have had otherwise. And I would have been much more isolated. So, thanks again for being part of this, if you are one of my subscribers. And, once again, I'm humbled. But, I'm also grateful to YouTube for providing this service, or this ability for me to meet all of you nice folk. So that's it. Have a good one, kids.